welcome back to North of the Broad. Dr. Virginia Hall-Apicella has joined us. She is an author, but a retired psychologist living in the Low Country, and we're excited about her novel. It's an historical novel about her family, Even a Sparrow. So Virginia, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Robin.
I'm excited to hear a little bit about you and how you got into writing. So you're a retired psychologist.
Yes, I was a psychologist in the New York City area for 30 years, and I had a private practice for 17 years, and I really, really enjoyed it. I loved what I did, but I did not love the winters in New York. So when my husband and I decided it was time to retire, we wanted to move to South Carolina or someplace in the South where we would not have to shovel the snow every couple of weeks. So we decided on the Beaufort area, and we loved it.
So you started writing for fun.
Yes.
And then you got serious. So how did it go from fun to actually writing a novel?
So when we first moved down here, there's a local journal called Low Country Weekly, and I opened it one day, and they said there was a short story contest, and here was the prompt. And I said, And I just got this idea, and I said, I could write that. It's very limited, 750 words. I wrote the story, and lo and behold, I won third place for something I hadn't really done before. And I spoke to the publisher, and I said, who is the group that's sponsoring this? And he told me the Spirit Writers. So I called up the group leader and said, I'm interested in your group. And she said, come and join us. So we meet bi-weekly, and wonderful group of women. And I just got encouraged to write. And I've always loved history. I've always loved reading and writing. And so it just was a natural fit. And it was a family story that I had always wanted to tell. Because my father had always said, oh, you're pioneers of Rochester, New York. And I didn't know exactly what it meant until one of my uncles passed away, and in his possession and his things was a certification from the Historical Society of Rochester, and it was celebrating their bicentennial, their centennial from 1834 to 1934. And here is this document written by a great uncle saying, you've been certified as a pioneer family. And it turned out that the Klem family, who I write about, had at that point over 800 descendants.
Oh my goodness.
And they were the largest family in Rochester.
Oh wow.
Pioneers.
So how long did it take you to write this book?
Well, on and off, probably about 6 years. I was writing it in the third person, and I had a lot of historical details. And one of my friends once said, all this history is a little boring.
Right.
And I said, to me it wasn't boring because I love history. So I reread it. This is during COVID, and I said, she's right. There's a little too much of this. So I said, I have to rewrite it, and I have to rewrite it from the perspective of the people who went through it. So first of all, I thought it was just a matter of changing pronouns. And it was a totally new book. So I decided to write about the Klem family's journey from Germany to Rochester, New York in 1815. They arrived in 1816. But from both Johann, the father in the family, and Anna's perspective.
Wow.
So that's what I did. And it really made it, not just for me, but for people who read it, seemed to come alive more because you can get into what he's feeling.
The characters.
Yes, and his dream to come to America and her resistance.
So this book was published when?
It was published in June.
In June. How is it doing? Pretty well?
Well, among my friends and family, it's doing very well. And I hope among other people.
And so where can we find it?
You can find it. Thank you very much. It's published by Red Penguin, and you can buy it through them. Red Penguin Books out of New York, or it's on Amazon. Okay, any independent bookseller, which is good, would have it.
Okay, very good. Well, so nice to meet you. Even a Sparrow.
Even a Sparrow comes from a biblical quote
that
says, even a sparrow can find a home.
Okay, very good. Well, nice to meet you, and
Nice to meet you.
congratulations
Thank you
on
very
your
much.
first published novel. Are you writing another one?
I may write the sequel. I've been asked to.
Okay. Good job. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. And we'll be right back with more of our program. Stay tuned.